Okay, imagine this. It's 1525, deep in the jungles of what is now Honduras. A young emperor is tied to a post. His feet are being burned over red-hot coals. The man torturing him isn't some random enemy. It's the guy he surrendered to. The guy he probably broke bread with the night before. And here's the worst part. After they kill him, they don't just erase his name from history. They rewrite everything. They turn him into a traitor, a coward, a man who deserved to be forgotten. For almost 300 years, it works. But here's the twist. Today, that same emperor has a giant statue in the middle of Mexico City. His face is on money. His name is on streets, schools, entire neighborhoods. How does a man go from being erased to becoming a national hero? Let's go back to the year 1520, the world's greatest empire. Before we get to the burning and the erasing, let me paint you a picture. In 1519, the Aztec Empire was one of the most powerful civilizations on Earth. Their capital, Tenochtitlán, had over 200,000 people. That made it bigger than any city in Europe at the time. We're talking pyramids, canals, floating gardens, a complex government, a religion with dozens of gods, an empire that stretched across modern-day Mexico, and, at the top of it all, the emperor. The Tlatoani, the one who speaks. Then the Spanish showed up. Hernán Cortés landed in Mexico with about 600 men. That's it. 600, against an empire of millions. But Cortés had something the Aztecs didn't. Guns, steel horses, and a lot of native allies who hated the Aztecs. The first Aztec emperor Cortés met was Moctezuma II. Moctezuma welcomed him. Big mistake. Cortés took him hostage. Moctezuma died during a riot, killed by his own people, depending on which story you believe. His successor, Cuauhtémoc, lasted about 80 days. Then he died of smallpox. The disease the Spanish brought was killing more Aztecs than the Spanish ever could. Enter Cuauhtémoc. Now it's 1520. The empire is collapsing. Disease is everywhere. The Spanish are at the gates. And the Aztecs choose a new emperor. His name is Cuauhtémoc. He's about 24 years old. He's the nephew and son-in-law of Moctezuma. He's also absolutely terrifyingly stubborn, which is exactly what they needed. 93 days of hell. Cuauhtémoc didn't surrender. He didn't negotiate. He fought. For 93 days, the Spanish and their native allies laid siege to Tenochtitlan. Imagine this. The city is built on an island in a lake. The Spanish built ships, brigantines, to control the water. They cut off food. They cut off water. They brought in tens of thousands of native allies who saw this as their chance to destroy the Aztecs once and for all. And Cuauhtémoc. He fought from every canal, every street, every rooftop. His warriors were starving, dying of smallpox, running out of weapons, but they kept fighting. On August 13th, 1521, Tenochtitlan finally fell. Cuauhtémoc didn't surrender. He was captured. He was trying to escape by canoe when the Spanish caught him. And here's the strange part. Cortés actually treated him with respect at first. When Cuauhtémoc was brought before him, Cortés reportedly said, "You have defended your capital like a brave warrior." A Spaniard knows how to respect valor even in an enemy. At Cuauhtémoc's request, Cortés even let the defeated Mexica leave the city unharmed. For a second, you almost believed he might make it. Then the Spanish started counting the gold. Where's the treasure? The Spanish expected to find mountains of gold. Instead, they found not enough. So Cortés did what conquistadors do best. He tortured Cuauhtémoc to reveal the location of the hidden Aztec treasure. Here's the detail that will stick with you. They burned the soles of his feet over red-hot coals, slowly. Historians disagree on the exact method. Some say direct fire, others say oil-soaked cloth. But everyone agrees on one thing. Cuauhtémoc didn't talk. He just took it. And that silence became the stuff of legend. They got some gold eventually, but far less than they expected. A puppet emperor. After the torture, Cortés kept Cuauhtémoc alive. He baptized him, gave him a Spanish name, Fernando Cuauhtémocin, and let him keep the title of Tlatoani. But make no mistake, he was a prisoner, a puppet, a symbol of Spanish victory paraded around to show everyone who was in charge. The final betrayal. Then came 1525. Cortés decided to march to Honduras, and he brought Cuauhtémoc with him. Why? Because he was afraid that if he left the former emperor behind, Cuauhtémoc would lead an uprising. Deep in the jungle, in a Maya town called Itzamcanac, or Acalan in Nahuatl, Cortés got word of a supposed plot against him. According to Cortés, Cuauhtémoc and 2 other nobles were planning to kill him. He interrogated them. They confessed, and he had them executed. But here's the thing. Bernal Díaz del Castillo, one of Cortés's own conquistadors, later wrote that the executions were unjust, based on no evidence. He even admitted he liked Cuauhtémoc personally. Díaz recorded Cuauhtémoc's final words, spoken through the interpreter, Malinche. "Oh, Malintzin, Cortés, now I understand your false promises and the kind of death you have had in store for me. For you are killing me unjustly. May God demand justice from you, as it was taken from me when I entrusted myself to you in my city of Mexico." Cuauhtémoc was hanged. February 28th, 1525. He was 28 years old. The erasure begins. After his death, the Spanish started rewriting history. In their official accounts, Cuauhtémoc was portrayed as a traitor, a coward, a man who deserved what he got. Or worse, he was simply ignored, skipped over, as if he had never ruled at all. The Aztec records burned, the codices torched, the history rewritten from scratch in Spanish with the winners holding the pen. For almost 300 years, Cuauhtémoc was barely a footnote. The Spanish had won. They had conquered the empire. They had killed the emperor. And now they had erased him. But the people remembered. Here's the thing about erasing someone. Burn the books, smash the statues, rewrite the records, do whatever you want. You still can't touch what's in people's hearts. Among the native people of Mexico, Cuauhtémoc was never forgotten. He was a symbol, a legend whispered in villages, a name passed down through generations. He wasn't a traitor. He was the man who fought until the end. The man who endured torture in silence. The man who died with dignity. The return. When Mexico won its independence from Spain in 1821, the country needed heroes. It needed symbols of resistance against European oppression. And who did they find? Cuauhtémoc. The last Aztec emperor became a national hero, a symbol of Mexican pride, a reminder that the Spanish may have conquered, but they never broke the spirit. Today, there's a massive statue of Cuauhtémoc in the heart of Mexico City. His image appears on coins, on street signs, in school textbooks. His name means one who has descended like an eagle. And in a way, that's exactly what he did. He descended from history and rose again. What does this tell us? 3 videos, 3 stories. Akhenaten, erased because he threatened the priests. Formosus, erased because of personal hatred. Video 2, Cuauhtémoc, erased for the simplest reason of all. He lost. And the winners wanted him gone. But here's the thing about erasing someone. It doesn't always work. Sometimes it backfires. Cortés thought he was ending Cuauhtémoc. Instead, he made him immortal. Because when you try to destroy someone completely, when you burn their feet, hang them in the jungle, and wipe their name from history, you don't just kill a man. You create a martyr. And martyrs, they don't stay dead. This is the third video in our series on the erased. Video 1. Akhenaten, the pharaoh who was erased for believing in one god. Video 2. Formosus, the pope who was put on trial after he died. Video 3. Cuauhtémoc, the emperor who was burned, hanged, and erased. 3 different worlds, 3 different centuries, one terrifying pattern. History isn't written by the winners. History is rewritten by the winners. They try to control the story. They try to decide who gets remembered and who gets forgotten. But sometimes the story fights back. This channel is called Oddyssey. We dig up the weird, the forgotten, and the unbelievable every week. If you haven't seen our videos about Akhenaten or the Cadaver Synod, click the screen right now. PS to editor. Insert end screen cards linking video 1 and video 2 at this timestamp. Subscribe if you want more stories that history tried to bury. And trust me, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm your host. This is Oddyssey. And remember, they tried to bury it, we dig it back up. History is stranger than fiction. See you next time.